Welcome back to Hot Girl Kitchen. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Matt. And I'm very excited to welcome you back to our Ho Ho Hot Girl Kitchen
Christmas extravaganza.
Yes. Now, as you know, we've been making our way downtown, walking fast towards the Seven Fishes for the Italian Feast of the Seven Fishes. And today we're really knocking a few out in one swoop.
There will be 4 fishes in this dish because this is risotto alla pescatora. So this method is, my king, Frank Provenzano's. He hasn't posted it in probably 2 years, so this is really just off the cuff. Off the cuff of my memory. If you're a new Frank fan, you've never even heard of this, you have no recollection, this is brand new. So we're about to give you a prize right now because this is a hot commodity, this risotto. So you will be blown away and you'll knock quite a few fishes off your 7-fish list.
Love that for us.
So I guess we'll just jump right into our ingredients. Obviously, we're cooking risotto, so you will need your risotto rice. You can get any sort of brand, whatever you want to do.
She had to point that out because she had to justify that it's Giant Eagle brand.
You'll need butter, Calabrian chili peppers, white wine, garlic, celery, leeks, bay leaves, some vegetable broth. You could use any flavored broth in reality.
I normally do chicken.
So as far as the seafood goes, these are the ingredients for the seafood. Squid rings, mussels, clams, shrimp, and then you need the shrimp with the shrimp shells on because we need to save the shrimp shells
for the flavor
for our sauce. So for this risotto, we're going to get started with our mussels and our clams. We're going to cook each one separate because each one has a different flavored broth that it's going to cook in. So we're going to move over to the stove, cook those, and then we're going to take the bodies out of the shells and dispose of the shells. So,
that sounds gruesome.
So we'll see you up there. So I didn't have this on my ingredients list, but it's a really large tin, not a lot of space. You are going to need some...
And it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
We're in a hot girl kitchen, we're using olive oil.
We've already been there, done that, you get it. So we're going to let this heat up, and once that gets hot, we're going to add in our garlic, our bay leaves, which we'll only need a few, 1 Calabrian chili pepper, and our magical shrimp shells. And this is going to be what we cook our mussels in, which we're just going to throw everything in together. We'll let the garlic and the shrimp shells cook for a few minutes first, and then we'll end up throwing the mussels on, putting our lid on, and letting them steam open. So you're going to throw in a Calabrian pepper, some garlic, and your shrimp shells. Look at that.
It's sizzling. Now we're just going to sizzle for a bit.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Not crackle and pop. Jesus Christ is born today. I hope that was the end of your sentence. Since this is for our Christmas special. Thou shalt not use thy Lord's name in vain.
We're going to add in 3 bay leaves and then toss in our mussels. And then now that we put those in, give a little mix and throw your lid on.
And these normally take 3 to 5 minutes to cook fully, I feel like. So we'll see you back here in 5 minutes.
So as you can see, our mussels have opened up. They're ready for us to take them from their homes and give them a new home.
Relocation.
So you're just going to turn the oven off, take this off the heat.
Also need the stove. I'm going to turn the stove off.
Yeah, that. You're then, this part's a little hot. This is hot girl, hot boy stuff, but you're then going to take your little bodies and move them into a bowl. And you're going to do this for all of them. Remove all the muscles, and we're going to keep this broth, so do not discard it.
So we're taking the muscle meat out of the shell and discarding the shell is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So after you take all your mussels out, we're going to do the same thing for the clams. You'll need some olive oil, a calabrian pepper, some bay leaves, and we're going to add our celery and our leeks. Give those a few minutes to cook.
Mm.
And once these get a little tiny bit softer, we're going to add in some white wine and our clams and redo the whole thing again.
Once this redo the whole thing again, she means we're going to cook the clams covered in there until they're open, and then take the clams out of their shells and voila.
Yep. So you're going to take your broth from the mussels and the clams, combine it into one, and then we're just going to blend it all together, including the shrimp shells, which you may find to be a little odd, but we're going to double strain it to get any of the hardness of the shells. But you want the flavor. That's where all of the shrimp flavor comes from, is the shells. So you have these two broths all together.
It's intriguing me and my homegirl.
And we're just going to blend this up.
We are not sponsored by NutriBullet,
But we could be. And so you're going to strain. Let that get in there. I like this one. Oh. I mean, we still have enough for the sauce. We just have less and less now. This is so sad. You know what's even more sad?
Is it that we have to clean this
Yep.
up?
That's exactly what I was about to say. So you're just going to move your sauce back and forth.
What's left of it?
Yep. And when you'll see, you'll squeeze the sauce right out from under the shells. And whenever the sauce completely strains, you'll see like fragments of the shells. So we have our sauce over here and some boiling hot water over here. And you're going to need a ladle and obviously your rice, something to stir with, and we're going to get things going.
When we say something to stir with, you want a wooden spoon.
Yes. So we have a half a stick of butter melting in here, and we're going to toss in our rice to give it a little quick toast. So I'm doing 1.5 cups of rice.
That is a lot.
We're feeding quite a few people, as in ourselves. And move these around, get these nice and toasty. Now the trick with this is we're going to be adding a ladle of equal parts water and sauce, stirring, and we're going to continue to do that. So you'll see it's kind of like a little...
It's a time-consuming, effort-ridden process.
And it's like you get a little rhythm going and you'll be good.
But don't make this on a day when you're like in a hurry.
Exactly. So we'll do a ladle full of our sauce, a ladle full of boiling water, and we got that too. Submerge all of the rice, and we're gonna
better turn that heat down.
Good call.
Medium. So you don't want your rice to stick to the bottom of the pan. You
Because
want
then
it to
it's burning.
Right, you want it to just absorb all of the liquid. So that's why you have the liquids on, like, so like you have the boiling water, you have like very hot, so that like it's hot, so it'll when the rice becomes in contact with it, it soaks up the moisture without having to have the heat on really high, so that the rice will like burn to the pan. It's really an art making risotto.
And you're just gonna sit here and keep stirring, and it's annoying.
As you can see, it starts to absorb the liquid. It's
kind of annoying, but I promise the end result will be satisfying. We're just gonna keep doing that. Once you see the sauce is pretty much completely absorbed by that, you'll do another round. Equal parts sauce, equal parts boiling water. And you'll just keep doing that until the rice stops absorbing any liquid.
And if they've seen our other risotto video, that was like normal classic risotto, not risotto, what do you call this?
Alla pescatora.
Alla pescatora. It's a similar experience, so like you should already know the basics of making risotto, except this time instead of just using chicken stock, we are using our sauce and our boiling water. But it's the same method of, you stir it until it absorbs, and then you add more liquid. Not rocket science.
Boys and girls, after at least 30 minutes, we are finally here. Our water and sauce has been all absorbed up.
It looks nice and light and fluffy and delicious.
Yep, and it's not sticking to the bottom, which means it's ready. So we're first going to throw in our raw squid rings and our raw shrimp. And you're just going to stir these two throughout the risotto, and that's how they're going to cook. I know it seems kind of gross, but trust me, the risotto is hot. You're over the hot stove. It's going to cook. So we're going to give it a couple minutes to just, once the shrimp is pink, essentially we're done and we're going to go.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, our shrimp is pink. We're ready to rock. We're going to throw in our already cooked clams and mussels. You don't want to throw those in too early because they're already cooked.
Overcooked then, yeah.
And we're just going to go ahead and mix everything thoroughly.
And that'll warm them up a bit because they have been sitting out for a little while we were doing our risotto. Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's something.
So I know we're making this for the 7 fishes. Please, if you're our fans at home, only make this for people that you really love. So it is some effort involved.
And it's amazing, and you're going to blow everyone's minds.
Right, so not every hooker deserves this.
Now that we've done that,
I'm going to go ahead and plate it, and we will let you know how it turns out. Wow, I have to say, it's not every day that I'm impressed, but that's how I'm feeling.
We top this with a little parsley, black salt, and Calabrian pepper oil.
The squid is done to perfection.
Outstanding.
This really is something unlike anything else. I mean, period. End of story.
And honestly, I know we say this every time.
Your fave could never.
I know for a fact your fave could never do this. So, there's really no need to
compare and contrast.
Yeah. Real hot girl shit.